Today I'm going to talk to you about harvesting the hookworm larvae that you set up to incubate last time. Remember the previous video. So here I am going to the incubator, and I'm going to take that jar out that I put in there. And there it is. You can see it's the one I put in there. For now, I'm going to take one of these small, I think it's 0.3 of a mil pipette, and I'm going to bevel the end. I'm going to just cut the tip at an angle so it's easier to work to get into the petri dish at an angle. The other thing I do to make it more convenient is I mark a grid on the petri dish with a Sharpie. And I use a straight edge to do it. Just the edge of this microphone box will do anything. So there's the first line I draw, and anyway, I finish it up, and here I'm done with the grid, and you can see what I did. Here's exactly what that grid looks like, and it just makes it easier to search in that petri dish when you've got put the worms in there. So I've got the petri dish. You see that down in the lower right-hand corner of the image. And I'm going to get rid of the slide with the poop vermiculite mixture on it. And now I'm going to come back and I'm going to pipette all of the contents of the jar into the petri dish. If you can see the petri dish, and I should have gotten more in the frame, there's what's in the jar, the 4 squirts that I put in the jar when I incubated aren't enough to fill up the petri dish to where I have a flat surface of water. I've got beading. So I'm going to end up adding a little bit of water. I also do rinse out the jar with some distilled water to try to get every last one of the little critters in the petri dish so I can harvest them. Here I am putting enough water in the petri dish to get rid of the beading. And I take it over to my microscope. This is the one I'm going to use. It's a dissecting scope binocular. I'm putting the details in this Facebook post. And here it is with a red light. I really like a red light. Makes it easier to see. And I take my little pipette with a beveled edge, and I can go in there and visualize the worms through the microscope and pick them up and put them in one of these centrifuge tubes that I use to store them. And here's what they look like when you get in the petri dish. We got one wiggler there and 2 that are plain, and you see what I mean about the red light helps being able to pick them out. Harvesting's pretty simple. I think if you set up a good incubation, it's going to be pretty easy to figure out the harvesting. Good luck.